Should guys do hip thrusts in the gym? Do vegans have better sex? I will answer at least one of those questions by the end of this video. I'm the Bodybuilding Vegan, and today I'm gonna take you through how to do the hip thrust to build some ginormous glutes. Now, I wanna remind you guys that I have launched Vegan Squad Coaching. We've transformed the lives of over 500 clients, and we would love to have you too. So stay tuned, watch this video, learn how to grow your glutes, and if you're interested in working with us, let me know, the link is down below. Oh, and vegans do have better sex. Alrighty, so we're gonna take a seat on Papa's lap. Just kidding. Oh my God. At Crunch, be careful. I've had this fall off while I'm training before. So Crunch, I love you, but do better. All right, so a few different things for the setup here. Why even are we on the machine? I personally like the machine more. It's better for me than having to drag a barbell and a bunch of plates over to a squat rack and take up all that space. The next reason is I get a little bit better tension on these. I just kind of prefer them, but hey, do whatever works for you. The principles in this video could also apply to a free barbell hip thrust, to a Smith machine hip thrust, or even if you're just at home and you got some dumbbells. Same principles involved, so still stick along. This is still gonna be very useful. So, when we're coming over here, first thing that I normally do, I'll put on a little bit of weight to get warmed up. Then next, you're gonna grab your seat pad. You wanna make this as tight as possible while you're doing this exercise. If I was gonna be using like actual heavy weight, I would recommend a yoga mat, a hoodie, a towel, something to distribute the weight, because you can get bruised from this, especially if you're putting 5 or 6 plates on here like I normally do. So what I typically do is I pretend to sync it up. If it looks really close, or you know, like already, like that's too easy. It's not tight enough. So I'll go ahead, pull a little bit of the tension out. Now I actually have to stretch, suck in that gut a little bit. It's just gonna keep it in there nice and tight. That's how we like it, right? All right, so the next thing that I want us to do, we're gonna come over to the side so you can see the angle. There are 3 things we wanna focus on here. We got our ankles, we have our knees, and we have our hips. So if we're able to create a nice 90 or so degree angle here, that's gonna primarily hit your glutes, which is probably why you're doing this exercise. Now, some people will mistakenly start out way too far. I don't know if you can see the angle here, but my feet are way out far in front of me. This is not gonna load as much glutes. It's actually gonna load a little bit more on your hamstrings. Now, conversely, if you're like, oh no, I don't wanna do that, and you bring your feet all the way back like this, now the tension is primarily on your quads. So we need to get this angle correct so that we're actually training the intended muscle group, the glutes. Once you have your form set up here, you'll go ahead, start over for you guys, unrack the weight. I like to take my hands, I personally put them behind my head. You can probably hold them on your waist. I just don't really recommend keeping them out here. Definitely don't put them down here where you might lose some fingers. Just some things to keep in mind. Now, I do like to stress test every single machine I ever use, so we're gonna have a trust fall exercise. What happens if I can't get this weight up? Am I still safe here? So, oh no, we're safe, we're safe. I'm not squished, I'm not pancaked. Do this with lightweight first. Don't find out that you have no room to go down until you have your 1 rep max on there and it's actually more than your 1 rep max. So next, do we need to go this low? I'm gonna say no, that rhymed. So when we're doing these, we want to keep tension on the glutes. So unrack that first rep, squeeze your glutes, feel it in your glutes, think in your glutes. Take your brain out of your head, put it in your butt cheeks. Squeeze. Now on the way down, keep that tension, keep that tension, keep that tension. Somewhere for me, right around here, I still have a little bit of tension in my glutes, but if I go much lower, I don't really have any tension down here. So we don't need to go all the way to the bottom. I would just say go down slow. Where do you stop feeling the tension? For me, it's about right here. Then come back up. Boom. Keeping the negative on your glutes. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Come up and squeeze. Now, if you want to add a little bit of extra tension to these and get a little bit more out of the movement, you'll notice I'm stopping and squeezing. Even with this lightweight, I'm squeezing my glutes at the top. That really, for me, drives this movement home. If you add a 2-second squeeze at the top of every rep, no, you won't be able to lift as much, but I believe you'll get a better workout out of it. So go ahead, add that squeeze at the top. Now, why would you do glute training? I mean, of course we want to have that nice big round butt. Who wouldn't? But outside of that, our knees are actually affected by our glutes. If we have weak glutes, when we go to squat, instead of our glutes supporting our knees and keeping them in track with our toes, if your glutes are weak, your knees will tend to cave in more. You'll see it a lot. People will go to leg press and they'll have knees like this. They need to strengthen their glutes so that those knees can stay in line. So even if you're a big dude and you maybe don't care what your boyfriend or girlfriend or ungendered person thinks about you, well, it's still important for your knee health to have nice, big, strong glutes. So I do recommend some glute training, some direct glute training in every workout. If you don't do these, go check out my video on Bulgarian split squats. You might hate your life, but those also work for glutes. If you feel like this video helped you at all, send it to one other friend, and I'll see you guys next time on the next Bodybuilding Vegan Big Giant Glute Training Adventure.